Stop scrolling right now. Yes, I am speaking directly to you. Your heart is trembling. You feel a strange and undeniable pull inside your chest because this is not just another random video. For the next 2 minutes, I command you to stop everything. You must give me your full attention. Do not let your mind drift away. The digital screen in your hand is not showing you an accident today. I have positioned this encounter to deliver a lifeline before your entire world shifts. You must not ignore this sacred message. You must not delay. If you turn your heart aside now and scroll away, you will miss the very blessing heaven has prepared to release over your life tonight. This is a divine emergency. The window of opportunity is closing faster than you realize. I have watched you struggle in the quiet moments of the day, and I know you are tired of this constant battle. Today, the long delay is officially over. Stay still and listen to my words because your rescue has arrived. My beloved child, do you know there are attacks that make no sound? They do not shake the ground. They do not shatter your windows. Yet, they slowly erode your soul until you feel completely empty inside. I see you still smiling for others. I see you still moving forward with heavy steps while your heart is secretly crying out for help. Stop calling your emotional numbness peace. I do not want you to call silent endurance maturity. You carry your heavy responsibilities without complaint, and you convince yourself that a bruised heart is your only fate. But I see the small cracks in your soul. I see the deep anxieties with no clear source. I see the weariness that visits you in the dark. You wake up in the middle of the night. The clock shows 3 in the morning. Your mind is racing. And while the rest of the world is sleeping peacefully, you are lying awake wondering if things will ever change. I am here to tell you that change is here. I am stepping into your situation right now. The enemy wants you to remain blind. He wants you to believe that you are forgotten. He whispers that your prayers are useless. But my hand has kept you safe through the darkest valleys of your journey. You are still here because I have a great plan for your life, and that plan starts tonight. Do not look back at your past failures. Do not focus on the closed doors. Those barriers were placed by my own sovereign wisdom because I needed to protect you from unseen betrayal. The people who walked away from you were not meant for your future. I removed them from your path to prepare you for this shift. You carry royal blood in your spiritual veins. You are not a victim of this cruel world. You are a chosen container undergoing a secret and intensive preparation in the dark. And as you stand at the threshold of this new season, I need you to shake off the dust of your previous defeats. Your true identity is emerging today. I have watched you carry the weight of your family. You try to be strong for everyone around you. You hide your own exhaustion. But you cannot continue to walk this road on your own strength because your human vessel was not designed to carry such a heavy load. I want you to hand the battle over to me. This is not just another message on your screen. This is a lifeline sent directly to your room because a divine emergency has been declared over your household. You must listen closely. Within the next 72 hours, a massive event will unfold. It will touch your finances and your family lineage. The heavy spirit of delay is breaking right now. I have seen you stare at your unpaid bills late at night. You grip the steering wheel of your life until your knuckles turn white. You wonder if there is any hope left for your future. And while the world expects you to fail, I am preparing to open the windows of heaven over your home. The season of constant lack is coming to an end. I do not want you to rush back to what is familiar out of fear. The emptiness you feel is not my abandonment. It is a sacred and set-apart space where I can rebuild your foundations. And if your spirit recognizes my voice tonight, do not scroll away because what follows is tailored specifically for your deliverance. The boundary between your familiar lack and your royal destiny is collapsing. This is my final warning before a major transition begins in your life today. Do not treat this moment lightly as another ordinary video on your screen because this is a divine interruption arranged before the foundations of the world were laid. Your victory is already written. Listen with your whole heart. The sign has come to you. The window of opportunity is open right now, but it will not wait forever. Give me your attention. Let my peace fill your lungs like clean air. You have run for so long, and you have fought so hard, but tonight, I am taking over your battle as your true breakthrough stands at your door. I see you when the entire world goes completely silent. The lights in your neighborhood are turned off. And as you lie there in the dark staring at the blank ceiling, your mind continues to run like a wheel that will not stop. You feel a heavy pressure sitting directly on your chest. It is a suffocating weight that nobody else can see because you choose to hide your pain so well during the day. Your dark room is cold and silent tonight. The old clock on your wall keeps ticking loudly. Every second feels like a quiet reminder of the time you are losing. You think about your mounting bills, and you wonder how your family will survive through the coming week without a miracle. You feel like you are walking on a very thin wire. One tiny mistake could ruin your entire life. You reach for your phone in the dark. The bright blue light hurts your tired eyes. You open your banking app with trembling fingers because you are desperately hoping for a miracle. But the numbers on the screen do not change. You feel a deep coldness in your stomach. Why is this painful struggle continuing for so long? You ask if you did something wrong to deserve this endless cycle. I know the exact hour when your spirit feels completely isolated from the world. It visited your soul during last Tuesday night. The clock showed 2:47 in the morning. Your family was sleeping very peacefully nearby, but your eyes were wide awake in the dark. You were whispering my name. You were crying out for a sign because you could not carry the mental burden for another single day. You feel like a prisoner in your own home. The bills are piling up on the kitchen counter. You look at them during the busy day and pretend they do not exist. But at night, they loudly scream at you. They constantly remind you of your human limitations. They tell you that you will never escape this poverty while you watch everyone else succeed so easily around you. That is a lie. True security does not lie in your bank account. It does not lie in your human efforts. It lies in the unshakable certainty that you belong to me. I have counted every single tear you cried in the dark. I have recorded every silent sigh you swallowed because you did not want your precious children to see your deep pain. You are never invisible to me on this earth. You work until your body is completely broken. You stretch every resource until it is ready to snap, yet your wealth continues to leak like water through your fingers. You wonder why other people seem to get blessed so easily. They do not pray to me at all. They do not seek my face during their busy lives, and yet their hands are always full of abundance while your hands remain completely empty. This is currently your silent season of waiting. You feel like you are walking through a dry and lonely desert with absolutely no water in sight while the hot sun burns your skin. You look up at the heavens and you see only brass. You shout my name, but your words seem to bounce off the ceiling. Have I completely forgotten about your situation? Have I turned my back on your prayers? I saw you standing in your kitchen yesterday. The entire house was completely silent and empty. You looked at the small food you had left. You looked at the empty cupboards with a heavy heart. You felt a deep and silent loneliness that actually hurt your physical bones because you did not know how to fix this situation. You wanted to run away from your responsibilities. But you stayed. I was there when you locked yourself in the bathroom. You turned on the shower so no one could hear you sob. You let the hot water wash away your tears. But the warm water could not wash away the deep sorrow in your soul because the pain was buried too deep inside your heart. You wiped your face quickly before walking out to face your children. You put on that fake smile once again. You have spent your whole life being the strong one. You are the main pillar of your family. Everyone leans on you when they are weak. But who do you lean on when your knees are shaking? Who carries you when you cannot take another step? I am here to carry you tonight. I am here to lift that heavy burden off your tired shoulders today because I do not want you to fight this battle alone anymore. Do not let the enemy tell you that this is your final destination. This valley of tears is turning into a well of blessing. The shadow of lack that followed your parents will not follow you. The struggle that your grandparents carried is stopping with your generation. You are the one. I have chosen to break this family curse because you have the heart of a true warrior who never gives up. Let us take off your heavy mask of performance right now. You wear this fake smile every single morning. You step out into the crowded world, and you greet your neighbors with a warm wave while your soul is screaming for a quiet place to hide. You look completely fine to them. You tell everyone that you are doing great. But under that bright surface, you are barely holding your life together. Your friends see you as a strong pillar. They come to you with all of their personal problems. They expect you to listen, and they always assume that you have the right answers because you never show any signs of weakness. But who is listening to your silent cries? You have spent all your energy carrying their burdens while your own temple is collapsing. I see the deep exhaustion inside your biological cells. You have worked until your muscles are completely numb. You push through the pain, and you convince yourself that this silent torture is just a normal part of your maturity. It is not. You have turned your endurance into a prison. You are suffocating behind the beautiful image you built for the world. You are afraid to let anyone see your true brokenness. You think they will walk away if you stop being strong. They love the mask, and they love the helper who always says yes to their demands, because your boundaries have been completely erased over the years. But I want to meet the real you today. I want the weary warrior who is hiding behind the fake laughter. Let us be completely honest in this quiet space. You are terrified of failing the people who depend on your daily strength. You feel like a fraud. You wake up with a quiet panic in your chest while you worry about the next bill you cannot pay. You have played this public role for so long that you do not even remember your own true name. The weight of pretending is heavier than the weight of your actual problems. It drains your spiritual frequency. It blocks my blessings. And it keeps your heart frozen in a state of constant fear because you are always guarding your secret wounds from discovery. You cannot heal what you refuse to reveal to me. You must let the walls of ice melt in my presence. I saw you in your office yesterday afternoon. You were sitting at your desk. You stared at the computer screen, and you had to take a very deep breath to stop yourself from breaking down in front of your coworkers. You pinched the bridge of your nose to force back the hot tears. You whispered that you were just tired, but you were actually dying inside. You have become a master of disguise. You can laugh at a joke when your heart is bleeding. You can give encouraging advice when you are completely hopeless. You have trained your face to look peaceful while a war is raging inside your mind. But your biological body is starting to protest against this deception. Your sleep is broken. Your shoulders are always tight. I do not need your perfect performance. I do not care about your social status. I am not like the demanding people in your life who only love you for what you can do for them. My love is entirely free. I want your raw and messy pieces because my strength is made perfect in your absolute weakness. You can stop acting right now. Your silent endurance is not a holy sacrifice. It is a slow poison that is destroying your spiritual call. I want you to drop the heavy armor you have carried since the day you were deeply betrayed. The people who hurt you forced you to become your own protector. You decided that you would never depend on anyone again, but you cannot survive alone. Bring me your tired heart today. Lay your reputation down on this altar. It is safe to weep in my presence because I will never use your vulnerability to hurt you. Let my peace wash away the thick dust of your daily performance. You do not have to prove your worth to me. You are already my precious child. Your worth was decided before the stars were made. Let the mask shatter into 1,000 pieces tonight. Do not try to glue it back together. You are stepping into a new season of authentic authority, and you cannot walk there with a fake identity. The world may demand the fake smile, but heaven demands the real you. Turn your heart toward me. Let my light heal the deep cracks in your soul. Your soul is tired of the game of pleasing everyone. You have spent your entire life trying to make everyone else comfortable while you sat in total discomfort. You avoided conflict. You swallowed your own anger. And you allowed toxic people to drain your holy oil because you were too afraid of being rejected. Today we are drawing a firm line. No more. I am restoring your boundaries tonight. I am taking away the heavy burden of keeping everyone happy. You are not the savior of your family. I am the savior. You can let go of the steering wheel. Let the peace of my presence flood your tired mind while I handle the complicated details of your tomorrow. Walk out of the theater of performance. But, my child, you must understand something deeper today. You must look past the physical world. You see only closed doors. You feel the heavy fog of uncertainty that refuses to lift, and every morning when you wake up, The heavy weight of this silent delay is already sitting on your chest before you even open your eyes. You believe my silence means abandonment. You think I have left your life to random chance. But I am here to correct that big lie inside your spirit right now. The truth is that my silence is not my denial. It is actually a divine construction. I am working behind the scenes to fortify your spirit. What your natural eyes call a closed door, my sovereign wisdom calls an absolute protection from the people who planned your future betrayal. I saw them waiting at the next level. I saw their hidden motives. I saw how they would have taken credit for your hard work, and I knew they would break your trusting heart again because they only loved you for your useful gifts. I turned those keys. I locked those doors. I allowed those promising opportunities to dry up completely. I did not do this to punish you. I did this to isolate you from the wolves. You wanted to walk through those gates. You pleaded with me to make those relationships work. But my protective hand kept you back because I loved you too much to let you walk into a trap. You must trust my heart. You think you are being delayed. You feel like you are being left behind while everyone else is moving forward so quickly on their path. You watch them celebrate their wins. You compare your quiet desert with their noisy fields. But I do not build my heirs in a rush. Your time is coming. True security does not lie in your attempts to control your physical reality. It lies in the unshakable certainty of your belonging to me. While you were crying out for a way out, heaven was busy expanding the physical capacity of your refined vessel. I had to let your old foundations tremble under your feet. I had to let those false shelters break into pieces. You were building your hope on sinking sand. Your hands are completely empty right now. And as you wait in the quiet darkness, I am preparing your heart to carry a weight of glory that you have never experienced before. You cannot contain the new wine in your old past. I allowed the emptiness to come. I wanted you to stop relying on your own human strength, and I needed you to start relying on my sovereign power to pull you through this dark storm. You must change the way you view this season. Stop looking at those closed doors with bitter resentment. Those heavy locks were turned by my own loving hand. This current blockage is not your final resting place. It is actually the birth canal of your true spiritual authority. I am shifting your feet from sand to solid rock, and while you are waiting for the next door to open, my hand is constructing an empire that no enemy can ever destroy. I am taking away what is temporary to give you what is eternal. Do not run back to what is familiar out of fear. Stay in my presence, open your spiritual eyes, and prepare to see the great salvation I am unveiling before your eyes today. I am shaking the heavy dust off your true identity because I want you to remember that you carry royal blood in your spiritual veins. You walk with the full backing of heaven behind every single step you take. The enemy wants you to believe that this silence is a sign of my anger. He wants you to think your prayers have been wasted. But my hand of protection has never left your side, even when you felt completely alone. I have been watching you in every dark hour of your life because I love you with an everlasting love. I am guarding your mind from the spirit of despair. I was there when your resources were failing. I was there when you had to make difficult decisions with no clear answers. And I was holding all the broken pieces of your heart together when you felt like you were on the very verge of a total collapse. Your life is not an accident. It is a carefully designed plan that is unfolding in my perfect timing. You must stop trying to rush the process of your refinement. Gold must go through the fire before it can shine. You are my gold. And the intense heat you feel right now is not meant to destroy you, but to make you strong. The fire is only burning away the impurities that would have weakened your structure. It is removing your codependency. It is burning away your fear of rejection. And it is melting the pride that kept you from asking for my help when you were drowning in your own tears. Let the fire do its holy work. I am repairing the leaks in your vessel. I am patching up the areas where you allowed toxic people to drain your precious oil. You will no longer pour your energy into broken cisterns that cannot hold water. I am making you whole. I am making you strong. and I am preparing your mind to receive an abundance that will completely shock your enemies when they see you rise. Do not look back at the people who walked away. Do not wish for the doors that I have closed. They belong to a past that was too small for your destiny. I have a larger space for you. I have a wider field. But before I can lead you to your new territory, you must learn to trust my silence, because it is your shield. I have blocked the paths that would have led to your ruin. I have frustrated the plans of those who plotted against you in secret. You think you lost an opportunity, but you actually gained my preservation. Be still. Let the anxiety leave your mind. There is a great historical figure who faced this exact path, and his story will reveal your next step. Remember Joseph. He was my chosen container. He received a magnificent dream. But before that great vision could manifest in the physical realm, his own brothers betrayed him because they hated his bright future. They stripped him of his colorful coat. They wanted to destroy his true identity. They threw him into a very deep pit. The pit was dry and dark. He could not climb out. There was no food or water. And as he sat in the cold mud of that empty hole in the ground, he wondered if my promise had failed his life. He cried out for help. He screamed in the silence. But his brothers simply walked away and left him there to die in the dark. You are sitting in that exact pit today. You feel completely abandoned by everyone. You see absolutely no way out of your current financial crisis. And you are constantly asking me why I allowed this terrible betrayal to break your trusting heart while you were trying your best to serve me. The empty pit was not Joseph's destruction. It was not his final grave. It was actually the sweet birthplace of his royal destiny. If his brothers had not thrown him into that dark hole, he would have never met the merchants who were traveling to Egypt. The painful deadlock was a strategic setup. I had to isolate him from his family. I had to detach his heart from their comfort. He was destined to rule, but he could not rule over nations while he was still relying on his father's favor. I had to strip away his colorful coat so that I could clothe him with my heavy mantle of authority. He was sold as a common slave in Egypt. He worked in Potiphar's house. He was falsely accused, and he spent many long years in the dark prison because he refused to compromise his holy integrity. He was completely forgotten by the very people he helped. He sat in the cold dark, but the prison was not his final resting place on this earth. It was only the waiting room for the royal palace. If he had not been sent to that specific jail where he sat in darkness, he would have never met the chief cupbearer who eventually mentioned him to the king. The prison door was his gateway. I allowed his entire life to be shaken. I allowed him to lose everything he loved. What his enemies meant for evil, my sovereign wisdom turned into a massive blessing for entire nations. Joseph had to go through the pit and the dark prison before he could sit on the throne of Egypt as prime minister. Your current deadlock is your personal pit. Your growing debt is your dark prison. You feel like the walls are closing in on you, but I am using this difficult season of isolation to train your spiritual character. I am preparing your mind to manage an abundance that will completely shock your peers because they only expected you to fail. You are undergoing a hidden construction tonight. You are not being punished by my hand. You are being refined in the dark chambers of my school. And as you wait for the shift, you must trust my voice, because I am holding your entire destiny in my hands. You carry royal blood in your spiritual veins. The enemy wants you to believe that the pit is your end. He whispers that you will surely die in this debt. He tells you that your prayers are useless. But my hand is guiding your steps through the dark shadows while my angels are guarding your household from the unseen attacks of the destroyer. I have kept you safe. I am bringing you out into the light. Your pit is not your grave today. It is actually the birth canal of your true spiritual authority. I am shaking your old foundations because I want to place your feet on solid rock. The very people who cast you out of their circle will soon have to watch you rise with honor while I prepare a magnificent table before your enemies. They will see you take your rightful seat. They will see my favor upon your head, and they will have to admit that the one who governs the entire universe is leading your steps into expansion. Do not look at your empty hands with shame. Your colorful coat is being restored today. You have wept in secret for so long. You carry heavy burdens. You do not complain to others, but I have recorded every single tear you shed in the dark hours of the night because I am your loving Father. I am turning your dry valley into a well of blessing. The drought is ending. The rains of my abundance are preparing to fall on your dry ground today. But you must remain strong in your spirit. You must not run back to your old compromises. The temptation to give up is very real today. And as you face the final stretch of this dark desert, you must hold fast to my promise because the major shift is closer than you realize. I am bearing my holy arm for your rescue tonight. I am sending my angels to clear your path. The chains of lack that held your family bound for 3 generations are breaking tonight because I have declared a legal release over your lineage. You are the unique chain breaker of your family. Lift up your eyes, see the victory that I have prepared for you. Stand firm in your identity. Do not let the spirit of despair consume your mind. The dark night is fading fast. The morning light is breaking. And as you step into your royal inheritance today, you will look back at this empty pit and realize that it was the very place where your power was born under my supervision. I am doing a brand new thing in your life. It is springing forth right now. You will see it clearly. And you will understand that every single tear you cried in this desert was a seed for your future harvest. Stand firm in your identity. Your restoration is legally sealed tonight. Wake up right now. I say these heavy things to your spirit, not to frighten you. I speak to awaken you from a deadly trance of comfortable delay. The enemy has watched your quiet progress for many months, and he clearly sees that your season of great breakthrough is standing very close. And because he cannot stop my sovereign decree from unfolding, he has sent a spirit of heavy procrastination to poison your mind. He whispers that you can wait until tomorrow. He tells you that you are not quite ready for this massive expansion. That is a loud lie from the deepest pits of hell. The dark spirit of delay is the most dangerous weapon the enemy uses to rob you of your royal inheritance on this earth. I did not call you to live a weak life of silent hesitation. I did not create your soul to sit quietly on the cold sidelines while your destiny passes you by. You must recognize the trap of comfort today. It feels safe to stay in your small valley, but your comfort is slowly killing the great potential I placed inside your DNA. And every morning when you choose to stay still out of fear, you are giving the enemy legal permission to steal your future abundance. You must draw the line today. You must make a firm decision. Look at King Saul in the old scriptures. He was chosen to lead my people with power. He was given great authority. But when the exact time came to destroy the enemy, he chose to delay because he was terrified of the loud crowd. He offered a partial sacrifice. He called his compromised action obedience. But I tell you today that a partial obedience is nothing but complete rebellion in my sight. You cannot negotiate with my instructions. You cannot obey me only when it is easy for your flesh. When I command you to move forward, you must step out immediately without looking back at your past. If you choose to compromise tonight, you are choosing to delay the entire harvest I have prepared for your family. The cost of your hesitation is too high. You cannot afford to wait. Your family bloodline has carried a heavy chain of stagnation and poverty for 3 long generations. You have watched your parents struggle. You have seen your grandparents work until their bodies broke, and you have wept because the same dark shadow of lack has been trying to follow your own children into their future. But tonight, I am drawing a deep line of fire in the spiritual realm. I am declaring war on that curse. The devil thinks he has a legal right to keep you poor. He uses your past mistakes to accuse you before my throne. But those old records were completely washed away by the blood on the cross. The enemy no longer has any legal claim over your physical resources. I command the spirit of lack to pack its bags and leave your household right now. Your home is under my protection. I have placed an extraordinary and unshakable strength deep within your spiritual DNA. You are not a helpless survivor. You are the unique chain breaker of your family. You were chosen out of your entire bloodline to be the one who finally screams, "No more," to the spirit of lack. Lift up your head, stand up on your feet. You carry the authority of the King of Kings. Open your mouth right now. Speak to the mountain of debt in front of you. Command the sickness in your body to bow before my name. You have been silent for too long because the enemy told you that your voice had no power. But I tell you that when you speak my words, the spiritual realm must align with your voice. The mountains must move. The chains must break. You have spent too much time negotiating with your limitations. You have allowed your past failures to dictate the boundary of your future wealth. But the thick boundary between your familiar lack and your royal destiny is collapsing tonight, because I have declared a season of rapid expansion over your life. I command the heavy spirit of slumber to leave your mind today. I command the spirit of compromise to break off your shoulders. True authority does not wait for a convenient season to act. It draws the spiritual sword in the middle of the darkest battle. The powerful weapon has already been forged, and the celestial strategy has been sealed in heaven. But your free will must now step forward and take possession of the promise. If you choose to turn back to your old comfort today, you will surely carry the heavy weight of regret tomorrow. I see the invisible forces that are fighting for your attention right now. They desperately want you to close this video. They want you to scroll away and forget everything you have heard in this quiet space. They want to dilute your spiritual frequency with the frantic noise of the modern world. But I have blocked their evil path. I have isolated your soul in this sanctuary tonight because your breakthrough cannot wait another day. The hot fire of my refinement has finally reached its maximum intensity. Your golden identity is emerging from the ashes of your past defeats. I have watched you sweat and cry and bleed in secret for many years, but those painful tears were actually holy seeds for your future harvest. The enemy wanted you to believe that you were buried in the dirt, but you were actually planted. I stand tonight as the mighty Lord of hosts. I declare that the chains of stagnation are legally broken over your life in this very second. No dark weapon forged against your mind shall ever prosper. No spirit of lack shall touch your household or your children. Lift up your head, square your shoulders, step forward as the strong warrior I made you to be, because my sovereign decree has already gone before you. Your final victory is not a distant possibility. It is an established fact in the high courts of heaven. The enemy knows this truth, and he is terrified of your awakening today. He knows that when you realize who you are in me, his kingdom of darkness will lose its grip on your family. You must rise up today. You must take your rightful place in my kingdom. Do not look at the storm around you. Do not listen to the mocking voices of your critics. They only see your physical limitations. But I see the spiritual giant that is rising inside your chest today. I have anointed you with the oil of joy. I have clothed you with the garments of salvation, and I am preparing to show the entire world that my hand of favor is resting upon your head. Let the spirit of fear melt away like wax in the fire. Let the worry of tomorrow leave your mind right now. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I hold the keys of your future, and I have already unlocked the gates of your financial breakthrough. You do not have to beg for crumbs from the tables of the wicked. You are a child of the King of Kings, and the wealth of the nations belongs to your inheritance. I command the legal authorities of heaven to release your blocked blessings today. Every resource that was stolen by the enemy during your season of blind confusion must be restored to your hands 7 times over. The years of drought are officially ending. The years of abundant harvest are beginning right now. You will build where others have torn down. You will gather where others have scattered. Your neighbors will see my light shining through your window, and they will know that I have blessed you. Do not allow the spirit of doubt to slip back into your heart. When you step out of this sanctuary, the enemy will try to test your resolve with his old lies. He will show you the empty bank account. He will remind you of the unpaid bills. But you must look at them with the eyes of faith. You must tell them that their power is broken because the Creator of the universe has spoken over your life. Stand firm in the victory I have won for you. Keep your spiritual armor on at all times. The shield of faith will extinguish all the fiery darts that the enemy throws at your mind during the dark night. The sword of the Spirit will cut through every obstacle that has been blocking your progress for the last 90 days. And as you walk forward in my strength, you will see the walls of Jericho crumble before your eyes. You are more than a conqueror. You are my pride and joy. I am breaking the heavy chains of generational trauma tonight. The emotional wounds that were inflicted on you by the people who should have loved you are being healed in this very second. I am restoring the years that the locusts have eaten from your life. You will no longer walk with your head down. You will walk with the fierce dignity of a royal ambassador because you carry my name on your forehead. Let the spirit of joy flood your home tonight. Let the laughter of victory echo through your hallways. The enemy wanted to make your house a place of mourning and despair because he hated your light. But I have turned your mourning into dancing. I have replaced your ashes with beauty. And I am pouring out a fresh oil of gladness that will run down from your head to the very hem of your garments. Arise from your valley today. Step into the bright light of your new day. The season of stagnation is dead and buried. The season of rapid acceleration has begun. And as you step out of the shadows of your past, my hand of protection will guide your feet into your royal destiny. Trust my voice. Stand firm in my word. Your breakthrough is here, and it is glorious. Let us enter into a deep and sacred quietness right now. Close your physical eyes if you can. Take a slow and deep breath. And as you breathe out, feel all the heavy noise of the busy world fade away from your mind completely. Let the peace of my presence fill your room tonight. Bring your tired soul to my altar because you do not have to fight this battle on your own strength anymore. Repeat these holy words with me in the quietness of your spirit. Let these sincere confessions become your own spiritual decree. Heavenly Father, I come to you tonight just as I am. I am completely tired of holding on to my own worries. I am tired of pretending that I am strong before the world while my heart is secretly breaking inside. I confess that I tried to fix my life with my own strength. I have worked until my body was numb. I have worried until my mind was completely exhausted. And every single morning when I woke up, the weight of my unpaid bills was already sitting directly on my chest before I even opened my eyes. I was living in constant fear. Lord, please forgive me for my silent doubts. Forgive me for believing the lie that you had abandoned me in the dark valley. I allowed the fear of tomorrow to steal my peace today. I looked at my empty hands and I completely forgot that your royal blood runs inside my spiritual veins. My mind was completely blinded. Tonight, I choose to lay down my heavy armor on this altar. I take off the tight mask of performance that has suffocated my spirit because I have carried this heavy weight for so many long years. I am no longer trying to please the demanding people who only loved my gifts. I surrender my finances into your sovereign hands. I surrender all of my past betrayals to your light. I let go of the deep hurts that made me build a thick wall of ice around my heart today. I forgive the people who walked away from me when my storm arrived. I release their names from my mind because I do not want their toxic memory to block my future blessings anymore. Heavenly Father, I bring you all of my broken pieces tonight. I show you the hidden cracks in my soul where my joy, my peace, and my wealth have been leaking out. Wash me clean with your pure water. Let the warm stream of your Holy Spirit pour over my mind and my physical body until every single cell is restored. I receive your divine healing in this very second. I feel the suffocating pressure leaving my chest. I breathe in your clean, pure air of grace. And as the old wounds of rejection melt away in your presence, I declare that my living temple is being repaired by your hands. I am becoming a whole and strong container. Lord, I stand ready for the new season of abundance. I believe that my current financial crisis is not my final grave. It is only my sacred preparation. I ask you to patch up every area of my life where I allowed toxic relationships to drain my holy oil. I will no longer pour my energy into broken vessels. I declare that the heavy chains of delay are broken over my family lineage tonight. I am no longer a helpless survivor of generational poverty. I am no longer a prisoner of silent tears. I am your beloved child. I am an heir to an unshakable kingdom, and I receive the extraordinary strength to step into the abundance. Lord, I surrender my thoughts of lack to your altar. I break the legal right of any spirit of poverty that has tried to claim my inheritance tonight. I renounce every negative word I have spoken over my own future. My mouth will only speak of your goodness. I trust in your word, and I know you will never fail my life. I receive the fresh oil of gladness over my head. I feel it running down to the very hem of my garments. The years of dry drought are officially ending in my household today. I am preparing my mind to receive a massive harvest that will completely shock the people who expected me to fail. My cup is running over. Every resource that was stolen from me is being restored 7 times over. The enemy must return what he took during my season of blind confusion. I am reclaiming my peace. I am reclaiming my joy. And I am taking back the financial territory that belongs to my family lineage under your sovereign protection tonight. Father, I ask you to bless the work of my hands. Open the hidden channels of wealth that have been blocked by the spirit of delay. Let your favor go before me like a shield in my workplace. I will no longer beg for crumbs from the tables of the wicked, because you are preparing a magnificent table for me tonight. I break the power of generational trauma over my children. The pain that was passed down to me will stop with my generation today. They will walk in the light. They will run with the vision. And they will inherit a legacy of peace and prosperity, because my obedience tonight has rewritten the history of our entire family. I lay down my worries about the coming week. I will not lose my sleep over things that are still in the future. I know that you have already gone before me to clear the crooked paths. Your angels are guarding the border of my home, while I sleep in the sweet embrace of your unconditional love. I am safe with you. I seal this prayer in the high courts of heaven. The books have been opened, and my identity has been officially rewritten tonight. I am no longer a victim of lack or silent tears. I step out of this sacred space as a royal heir, because your promise has broken every single chain around my neck. In your holy name, amen. The spiritual atmosphere over your household has completely shifted today. You have entered into a sacred covenant of perfect peace. But you must not leave this holy altar unguarded now. The enemy is waiting outside your door. He desperately wants to steal the serenity you just received in this quiet space. He wants to drag your mind back into the old worries. And you must secure the borders of your living temple immediately, because the spiritual forces of darkness are always looking for an open gate. This is not about a simple digital platform on your screen today. It is a legal sign of your complete alignment with the heavens. I have opened the road, but your free will must now take physical action to protect this boundary. Press the subscribe button right now. Turn on the notification bell as a permanent mark that your entire lineage belongs to the light, because the watchmen of this sanctuary will continue to stand guard over your soul. Do not hesitate to seal your covenant before you step back into the chaotic world. You must protect this sanctuary. Do not let the heavy noise of tomorrow pollute your mind. Leave the numbers 777 in the comments section below. As those numbers leave your fingers, you are not just typing on a phone. You are signing a contract of victory in the spiritual realm. You are claiming your royal inheritance before my throne. And my hand of protection will shield your household from every attack of poverty or confusion from this second forward. If you turn your heart aside now and scroll away without a sign, you leave your vessel completely unguarded. Do not let the spirit of delay win another season. Subscribe to this sanctuary right now. Share this lifeline with one weary soul who is fighting a silent battle tonight. Walk forward in my quiet shadow. The bright light of my presence is your permanent shield, and my angels will always guide your steps as you walk into the great destiny I have prepared for you. Go in complete peace. Your new life of abundance begins in this very second.